Hello everyone, welcome back to the shop again. This will be part 2 of the repower of my little giant power hammer. As you can see down here, we kind of have the motor set in place, the new motor, 1 horsepower, 1800 RPM. But I have a straight edge. Clamped on the pulley here, the top pulley, and to let me know approximately where my alignment's going to be down here. I think that'll all be close enough. What I'm going to do maybe is I've decided to well, the old motor, which is here, it hung off of this bar here. Just had 2 bolts in it hanging off of that bar there. There is another one of those bars down here. Sorry for the lighting, but I think I'm going to remove both of these bars, and I don't know if this is a cast-in spacer back here or not, but I will take that off and maybe use and reuse the spacer. But then we're going to cut us a plate that'll go, you know, about 1 foot wide here. We're going to cut it out of this 3/8 plate I got. No plasma cut that, but we'll cut a piece of that plate. Sorry about that. Cut a piece of that plate. Oh, probably about 11 inches wide by 16, and we'll utilize these mounting holes here, top and bottom, for the new plate, and then we'll slot for this motor base in here. I got to do a little more measuring, a little more lining up, but that's the plan. Once I get all that off, I'm going to do a little bit of cleaning. You can see I've kind of cleaned a little bit of stuff off of here, but what I use, and this is by no way sponsored in any means, but I use this Oil Eater Hungry to Clean cleaner and degreaser, professional strength. I buy it at Tractor Supply. Like I said, no endorsement or no paid commercial. It just, I've found that it works really nice for cleaning grease off of equipment that you really can't dip in a parts washer or something like that. But anyway, we'll get them bars off of there, get some measurements, and I'll bring you back when we get a finalized plan. Hi everyone, welcome back to the little giant power hammer repower. We got a little bit further along. We got our plate here. We got it cut. Sorry I didn't bring it along for that plasma cut. I had a couple other jobs interfere with my time, and also the dinner bell was ringing, so I kind of got in a hurry to get this cut before that. I never missed the dinner bell. So anyway, all we did is we got our measurements, set us up a straight edge, and then I have this guide on my plasma torch, and we just run it down our straight edge like this, just like so. Cuts it out, does a nice job. Pretty good cut on the edge. Not like a machine cut, but still good enough. So this is going to be our motor plate. Here's basically what we're building here. This is the back side of it, but anyway, we're going to build some 1/2 inch spacers out of this 1 5/8 cold roll here, to space it out from the frame of the machine. That 1/2 inch, that's about what the other motor mount is spaced out, a 1/2 inch. And these will be our 3/8 slots for our new motor to bolt into. What we're going to do is on the back side of this plate, because of there's limited access, we'll make a couple threaded bars that'll, the bolts for the motor will slide or screw into, then they can slide up and down inside these slots. We'll show you that when we get that far, but anyway, I just thought I'd give you a little bit of an update. I'll get you set up around here when we'll go ahead and make these spacers. I'm going to make these spacers, like I said, 1/2 inch thick, 1 5/8, but I'm going to drill and tap them for 1/2 13. So we can, that'll give us our mounting through the frame into these spacers and into the plate for our mounting bolts for that. But I'll get set up and we'll bring you back. Alrighty, first thing we're gonna do, turn on the light here on the subject. I removed my collet adapter. We're gonna put the 3-jaw back on here. First thing we want to make sure we got a good clean mounting surface, no chips in there. Give that a little shot of whey oil here. All right, bring the chuck over here. Same thing with the chuck. We're going to blow that chuck out. Be right back. Yeah, make sure we ain't got nothing in there. Wipe off our surfaces here. Alright, 2x4 is just about right, but gotta lift on it a little. Here we go. Ready to go with the 3-jaw. Alrighty, we'll get our 1 5/8 in here. I'll surface the end of that. Got a reverse direction here. deburr. Alrighty, now we'll go ahead and drill that for 1/2-13 tap size. Get our 1/13 tap size drill bit on here. It's a 27/64. I had to go look at my chart because this one's all round or ground off there. All right, we'll go through here a ways and some 1/2 inch wide spacers here. down in there a ways. Let's see if we can part a couple of them off. I'm going to deburr this. End hole here real quick. Okay, let's set up, see if we can part one off now. Parting is always an adventure for me. It's like we might have to give us a little more tool. Yeah, we can go back a little bit more. That ought to get it. All right, we'll square it up with one of these jaws. How about we use the chuck face itself? Double check that, make sure it's good and square to the face anyway. All right, we're gonna go into back gear here. Get us a measurement. What did I say, 1/2 inch? 0. Let's find 1/2 inch. All right. Oh man, I'm way past center line on that. Must have used this on the other lathe because the height of my tool post on each lathe is a little different. That don't look too bad. All right. Now, let's reset that 1/2 inch again. Here we go. Lock that in. Alright, let's see what happens here. Too big a bite there, it looks like, huh? All right, we'll get this figured out and come back. All righty, as you saw there, parting is an adventure for me. We did get one finished off. We're going to go ahead and try again here and see what happens. I'll bring you along and see what flies off this time. By the way, this is not Mystic Mail Mover, it's just cutting oil. reading it by hand this time so I can feel what's going on here, kind of. Stopped again. I think we're going to saw these things off and just face each side of them. I have so much flex in my tool post here. I got to come up with a better idea for parting. I know I've seen a couple ideas on that Winky's workshop. Might have to spend some time and fabricate one of them kind of parting tool holders and see what happens. Okay, we'll bring you back. Well, we got our motor mount plate done. Sorry I skipped over a lot of this stuff. As you saw in the video, I was having trouble parting off those spacers, and the Essential Craftsman in one of his videos said if you're filming and can't get the work done, then stop filming and get the work done. So that's kind of what I did. I ended up not parting them off. I just sawed them off in the saw and then faced each side of them. But here's the back side of the plate. I put studs in there to go through the framework of the little giant power hammer. It's just easier for me to handle one at one time. If I can stick this through the frame, it pretty much still stays there until I can get the bolts on the back side. But as you can see, I got these are the back of the motor mount plates. Being it's inaccessible for well, it's accessible but just by a wrench size. But I made these plates to slide up and down that the motor will mount to on the front side here, so it'll be easier to get some adjustment on that motor, and you won't have to worry about getting a wrench behind there. But here's where I welded the studs on. They're threaded through the spacers and then welded on here, so they ought to hold up and stay there. So anyway, that's the plate. We're gonna go mount it up, see that everything fits, and then I'll kind of get an idea where to run my electrical connections and a switch maybe, and then we'll give you a shot of it once we get the motor and everything mounted up on there. But then we're going to tear it all back apart and paint everything. But thanks for sticking with me. We'll be back when we get her mounted up. Well, figured I'd show you my setup for slotting these motor mount holes for my new motor for the power hammer. Anyways, 3/8 holes, 3 inches long. I'll have a 3 inches of adjustment basically when it's all mounted up. I'm going to put studs in here to go through the frame of the machine, just because it's easier just to hold it up there rather than try to stick a bolt through there and get them lined up and get the bolt started. It's just easier to stick the stud through the hole. Anyway, this is use my little LX329 mill. This is a pretty big job for this size of mill. It was 2 cuts for each slot. It took about 20 minutes for each slot. I run it at 310 RPM, but I hand fed it. I didn't do the auto feed. I was just a little bit leery. Sometimes this mill, everything don't work quite the way it should on it. But anyway, got the job done. Gonna get it cleaned up, get my studs mounted up, and make a couple plates for the back of this for the motor studs to hold them, and we'll see how it comes out. Well, here we are, looking good. Got it all bolted up. I got to plan my wiring now, where I want to mount a switch. Might mount a switch like right in this area here somewhere, I don't know, but it'd be nice if that electrical connection box was up here where the capacitor is. That'd make things a little easier, but anyway, it's doable. It come out pretty good. Got plenty of adjustment. I'm mostly to the top of my holes. The belt's not tight at all, so I got quite a bit of a adjustment left on it. I'll go look at the back side here. I thought I wasn't going to have access to my motor mount plates, but I do have access to them. At least this bottom one. The top one is up behind there, so one bolt is. But you can see how much adjustment I got left in here. Good couple inches of adjustment. I do have to fix this clutch rod maybe. Looks like it, by the time I get the belt tied, it may want to rub on there. I don't know. That clutch rod up here, I don't know if that'll make a difference like right in here, but it's kind of a hokey setup anyway. We'll redo that, but you can see the 4 studs coming through the frame of the hammer. That's where my mounting points were. I didn't drill them holes. That was original equipment there, but it's coming along. It's before long we'll be beating on some metal here. Too long. I'm not going to do a whole lot of beating here until I get a good footing for it, but anyway, it's kind of glad to reach this milestone, or this part of the project anyway. Some of it was kind of challenging, but anyway, thanks for joining me. I think this will end this section, part 2 of this hammer deal. We'll come back for a little recap after it's all wired up and running and painted up and looking good. We'll give you a final shot at that. So thanks for watching, following along. Share it if you will, and give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Thank you.